Security, trust and provenance are important across a number of industries, and certainly the industries we're talking about here at CPhI worldwide. Here to chat a bit more about that from Systech is Ohanian. Ara, tell me a bit about what Systech does, first of all.
Systech has been for 32 years a serialization provider. We pioneered the concept of serialization for Pfizer many years ago. And from there we've evolved into a real brand protection company that keeps on innovating the way the supply chain protects its products, keeps them safe, connected, and always authentic. So we say we're in the business of making sure a product is safe from the time it leaves the factory floor to the time it gets into the hands of a consumer.
So let's just expand a little bit on what's really at stake here, because we talk about trust, we talk about safety, but what's the real scope of the problem that we're talking about and the impact of it?
Well, the real issue is our lives. When you think about it, over 700,000 people die a year just because of taking the wrong medicine, TB medicine, malaria medicine. Those are lives. So the first thing we need to do is secure lives. From an economic perspective, over 200 billion just in pharma of money disappears because of counterfeiters, and that doesn't take account all of the revenues that are lost by diversion. And when you combine those two things together, there's really an issue. You ask yourself, is serialization enough in itself? Regulations do help, but they're not sufficient. Serialization, regulations are not enough. And that's why you need to innovate, come up with new innovations.
So, speaking of new innovations, what is it that Systech is talking about here at CPhI Worldwide this year?
Actually, what we're talking today about is a new way of doing something that's pretty incredible, as you could see by the sound. We're allowing our customers and pharmaceutical companies to change everything without changing anything. Okay. So basically what we do is that we take the barcode, and through our visual technology, we find the natural differences between two identical barcodes printed, and we take that and we turn it into a unique digital fingerprint. And then that digital fingerprint, we follow it through the supply chain to make sure, A, it is not counterfeited. If a counterfeit comes in, we can tell it's a counterfeit because it is virtually impossible to reverse engineer the digital fingerprint. And then we can tell if someone has infiltrated the supply chain with a diversion effort.
So when you say you're looking at the barcodes here, obviously barcodes, they're barcodes. You're looking at a lot more detail at what's kind of what's underneath that barcode in essence, aren't you?
Absolutely. When you look at different barcodes, for 30 years we've been looking at the noise that natural elements create, and we've been taking that noise out so we could identify the barcode. Over the years, what our scientists have done, they've taken the technology of taking the noise out and turned that noise, which is naturally does not occur twice, turn it into a unique digital fingerprint, associate that with the physical good, physical product or packaging, and then store that in our service through the cloud. And now it's impossible virtually to counterfeit that product without us knowing it.
And I like the fact that it's the stuff you used to throw away that now is kind of the core to the product. Talk to me about the end-to-end security here, because obviously when we talk about cloud, we have to talk about security as well. And just because something's up in the cloud, it doesn't necessarily mean it's secure. So what steps do you take to make sure that when it goes in the cloud, it stays secure and stays of benefit to your customers?
Absolutely. We know that full security in the world doesn't exist, right? Because there's always a sharper mind that can go and perpetrate it. But when you look at the physical solutions today, they are very weak. So the cloud, although could always be infiltrated by hackers and so on, is much safer than putting a hologram sticker on a product that can be counterfeited in any factory with like 6 guys and a machine. So, and the end-to-end thing about the cloud is that we can also follow the product. So it's not only that it's secure, now we can actually trace it. And when you think that's where real-time information comes through your mobiles. Today, most companies, if they wanted to see a diverted or a fake product in the supply chain, what they would have to do is send that back, and their lab would look at it. It would take a few days until they can identify there's a problem in the supply chain. With this new technology that we've come up and the use of the cloud, we do it in real time. What's 7 days of not having a fake product in your supply chain worth? A lot.
Yeah. So, if there's one message that anyone coming to your stand here today at CPhI Worldwide, if there's one message you want them to walk away with, what would that be, do you think?
Can I split that in two messages?
Go on, go on.
The first message is, at the end of the day, what matters is keeping patients safe. Giving them products, they need to be safe. But the second one, you can do it very easily. You already generate a code on all your products. All we do, we take that code, we take a picture of it very rapidly, turn it into something unique. So you can change everything in your supply chain, but really without changing anything on your packaging. And that's why you should come and take a look to see what we can do for you.
A light touch solution. Listen, Ohanian, thank you very much for joining us today here from Systech. Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much, David.